My main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
Welcome aboard, you know. Podcast is a dying thing. It went from 4 to 3 supporters now, by the way, just so everybody's aware. We're okay with that. Hello, motherfucker. Hey, hi, how you doing? Lana has the secret OnlyFans, by the way. We just thought that was funny. Or at least I did. And then come to find out, you know, Joe sharing all of her pictures to all of his friends. It's weird. It's weird stuff. How's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody doing? It is good for her. No, I'm not throwing shade on the OnlyFans. Just be a cold day in hell before I share images like that with my friends and my wife, bro. It's different. You know, different people do different things. I wanted to gather everybody here today for a little bit of a prayer circle. So if this part of the podcast isn't for you, switch off now. Everybody bow your heads. You thought that was true. You thought that was fucking true. Not the boffy. Mashed potatoes. Wait, is that new? Did you say chicken titties? Okay. Liz is late. I don't know. Dame out here showing how people can vehemently disagree and eventually move past it. Sam, did you miss the whole fucking point of what, like, a lot of people have been saying, you know? Like, I think you missed the whole fucking point. The whole point. I don't know. And to be honest with you, if somebody went at me for as many years or whatever that Sam did to Paris and got the stepchild removed from the house, like, I don't know if I'd be able to recover from that. I'd probably be never recovering. Yeah. I would hate your guts for so long. But yeah, that's the whole point. You know, people can disagree with each other and still be friends. And you guys are living examples. You're living proof. Which I'm happy that you guys can, like, forgive each other and move past things. That's not necessarily what it is, but you can be friends with people that you disagree with. You know what I mean? I don't think that most people are understanding that, or at least if they are understanding that, they give room to disagree and for themselves, just not for other people. You know, it's weird behavior, just weird behavior. Nobody ever wants to see that ever again. Craig filled up my inbox with that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not for me. No, I couldn't do it. I don't have anything else to say about this topic. I just thought that the words on the top of the screen were funny. Because, yeah, that's the whole point. Like, you fell into the whole point. You fell into the whole point yourself. That's not going to compute. Moving on. The comment that started it all. The comment that started it all made everyone lose their whole fucking shit, their whole fucking life. Everything changed all in one moment. You know what I mean? I would consider myself Slim Shady on 8 Mile, but one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. But at the end of the day, Erin D receiving karma isn't my problem. Tell her to go fuck herself. Then use this as content. I mean, you did. You guys did. You used it as content, which is cool. I mean, it is what it is. I just want to know, like, from the clips that are going to come out from the podcast or whatever, or if anybody is here, I want to know how you can take that statement and put a child in it. The Erin D receiving karma, an adult receiving karma. You know what I mean? Who takes a statement like that and puts their child in that sentence? And like this comment alone probably has received more backlash than probably anything else that I've ever said in my entire life. And that's cool because there's plenty of content that you guys can make, or words that I've used that you can hate me for. But this one right here gets me every time because I'm just like, where's the child? Where's the child? Where's the mocking of the child? This is Punks 2.0, realistically. Whenever I called him a retard, I asked him if he was retarded. And he goes online and he puts his own child in front of that sentence and says, I have a retarded son, so you calling me or asking me if I'm retarded is offending my son. Like who puts... When you're having a conversation with another adult, face to face, online, through your phone, through text messages, who in the fuck does something like that? That is the weirdest behavior. Because not one time have I ever looked at a comment that somebody made and been like, wow, they're talking about my child here. There's obviously clear evidence and clear signs when people are talking about your children, but when it's a blanket statement, when somebody's asking you if you're retarded, why do you equate that to your children? Why do you guys use your children as shields like this? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not meant to understand it. Maybe I never will. I can't get into that mindset. But yeah, when somebody has called you fat, have you looked at your significant other or your child or your aunt, your uncle, and been like, wow, they were talking about you, Pops. You know what I mean? Like that, it just doesn't compute for me. So there's one thing that doesn't compute. And it kind of just is what it is. But at the same time, if this was the originator, the originator for me mocking a child, I think I saw in one of their posts like recently where it's like that automatically gives you room to then go and mock theirs. Like it gives you an excuse to be able to do it, because if you did it to me, I could do it to you. Like that was their word choices. So I don't understand what the problem is. I don't. I don't. Maybe I'm not meant to. I would love for it to be explained to me one way or the other how that comment is about a child. It's never been explained. So as long as we're still talking about it online, specifically on TikTok, I would still like to know. And you can show me on the miles where this hurt you. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not opposed to mocking anyone's children. I don't give a fuck. Say something about mine, and I will mock yours until hell freezes over or Jesus takes us all back. I don't know which one, but like at the end of the day, tit for tat. I don't care if you mock mine. Just expect it in return. That's literally all I'm saying. I'm not a victim of anything. It's just I'm gonna mock yours if you mock mine. Isn't it fair? Like where are we living here? Like what reality? What version of the reality? It's crazy. It's mind-boggling to me. I would like to know. I think a study needs to be done on a lot of people, including myself. Like a study should be done on me on TikTok. I think that a study should be done on the majority of us. It's like we're literally never leaving each other alone. We're never not doxing each other or posting pictures of each other's kids or talking shit about each other's kids. Like what's have we reached the point to where that we can't go any lower than that? You know what I mean? And I'm going to continue. Like I don't care. Fuck all your children. Throw them all over the bridge. Bag them up into like a big trash bag and then toss them into the river. I could care less. I don't care. Charles, you're so evil. And then Susie got offended by the comment, and she really wanted to make sure that it was about a 5-year-old. Like I don't care what the child was going through. I didn't, because I don't know her in any type of way. I just know that she goes around and talks about people like all the time. Like all the time. She tries to put herself into countless people's lives and all that. And that's fair if that's how she wants to live her life. I don't care one way or the other. It's just weird to me that you could put yourself in those crosshairs and then expect people to just what? Give you a pass because your child is sick? Get the fuck out of here. So she gets offended in my comment. My response is maybe these women shouldn't talk about my children first, and then they won't take clips out of context and make false accusations online, which is exactly what they were doing with the karma comment, which is exactly what I was telling them in their comments prior to all of it. But I digress. It's obviously this is me mocking a child, and for that I am sorry. Like Aaron, for what it's worth, go fuck yourself. Still haven't said anything about her son. I said it was her karma. You can take that as you like. They kept asking me multiple times, like, what I was referencing. What did I mean by that? I mean, I wasn't talking about her. The podcast that she pulled this message from or whatever was 3 weeks prior to that. And in that length of time, how many videos, how many comments, what was I saying about Aaron? Absolutely nothing. So by Lizzie bringing it to TikTok, making everybody talk about it, I said that's her karma. It's literally it. It's not there was no social experiment being conducted here. People talking shit about her on a podcast. Nobody was talking about anyone's child. We were just calling Aaron D fucking fat and weird because she likes to talk about people and put her nose into things that where it doesn't belong, A personal tragedy could be anything. Obviously diabetes. Like I don't know. It could have been literally anything. What did you expect me to do? Like instantly go to Aaron D's fucking page and just be like, "Oh my god. Let me go raise money for this sick child." Oddly enough, that's exactly what we did, because you guys weren't promoting the GoFundMe. You guys were just attacking me for the karma comment. So I helped raise money, whether or not it was a lot of money. Regardless, it was still blood money in your eyes, and that's fine. I don't care. Was the GoFundMe? Was the t-shirt company mocking the child? They tried to put that into the forefront for people because one of the t-shirts or whatever was the Sick Kids Club. They tried to make that about us mocking the sick child. Yeah, that's not what it was either. But even so, show us on the miles where the t-shirt hurt you. I digress. It's never going to be. So then, like, instantly, they started making videos, and nobody was talking about our personal life. Like, nobody was mentioning anything. I didn't even tell most of my friends that we had a potential miscarriage. Nobody. But Susie knew. Susie made, like, so many different videos to where that I had denied Liz medical access and instead what I wanted to do was take her into the woods and fuck her brains out, or whatever variation of the story that she wanted to make. And I mean, if that's what you want to believe, you're fine to believe that. Makes no difference. The fact of the matter is, we weren't talking about it. We didn't make ourselves victim of it. We didn't mention it. We didn't say, hey, we're going through a legit tragedy, so now we get a pass, a free pass to talk shit about you or to talk shit about anybody. We didn't do that. I'd like to know where or when, but I don't know. I think that it's weird, but yeah, we didn't attack literally anyone's child. I know that I didn't attack anyone's child at that time. Definitely not. And nobody's ever been able to refute that claim. They've never been able to provide evidence. So, I mean, that's realistically, that's on them. Obviously, now I could give a fuck less. Like Sam or somebody made a video. I think it was Tammy or something like that, where she took me saying that like I would have went back in time and done worse. Yeah, I would have. What I meant by that, Tammy, if you're listening, I would have went back in time and I would have made derogatory comments about a sick fucking child. I would have mocked him. I would have done all that if I had looked into a crystal ball and known that people were going to talk about my miscarriage, our miscarriage, Liz's miscarriage, whatever you want to call it. If I would have looked into a crystal ball and saw how gross you guys were going to be, I would have got to it first. I would have been the first one to throw a punch. That's what I meant. Sorry. Sorry that you hate that. Sorry that my opinion matters to the world. Sorry that I'm just such a disgusting person. I am happy and proud to be who I am. You guys have changed me though. Like you guys have changed me for who I am. I see some of you and how you guys act and how you guys move and how you guys go out of your friendships. And then instantly you know all the personal details about people. So then you just use it against them online because you're so hurt and torn up and broken by the friendship dissolving, same, whatever. You guys are so hurt by that you then go and start attacking people with like their personal lives. So, yeah. I don't know. Like maybe if I had it all to do over again, I wouldn't have been so hell bent on like making the GoFundMe and doing the petty with the purpose. Maybe that's the only thing I would have changed. Maybe. It's a lot of time and effort that it was a lot of time and effort that I didn't even want to spend. And I'm sure Liz didn't want to spend any time on that either, but I mean, we did it anyway. But that's probably the only thing that I would have changed. The rest I could give a fuck less. Like I don't care what people think about it. Whatever. It is what it is. Calling someone or saying it's their karma if they're receiving karma, and you put a child in that sentence, I don't know. That's on you, dog. That's on you. Like I know that you get emotionally charged. Like the situation already existed. In the universe, the situation was already there. The tragedy was already happening. So in your mind, I was obviously doing what you think. So I understand where you're coming from, how you feel about it and all that kind of stuff. Like I totally get it. You know, maybe if I was going through a legit tragedy at that time and you said something like that, maybe no, that's not what I would have thought, because that's so fucking weird. That's weird. I tried to have that feeling or tried to think of it, walk a mile in your shoes and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that comment has a child in it. You guys put that there, which is weird. It's like you're on a battlefield and there's like gunfire being exchanged, and then you just hold your child up in the sky. The bullets are all the way up there, but you throw the child into the bullets. Weird. I don't know. I don't respect your level of protecting your children in that way. And then you make all these weird, vague posts like, look at what this has done to my son. Like, why are you showing that to him? Why are you showing that to him? That's weird. That's weird behavior. I don't know. To me, I think that's weird. Maybe it's not weird to most people, but that's weird to me. I don't know. Yeah. They've been doing this stuff, this weird back and forth. They've been going and recording phone calls, private phone calls and stuff like that. Yeah. Already talking about children years ago. Just all around weird behavior. Uh does this in any way does it in any way, shape, or form give me an excuse to then go and actually mock the child online? No. No, it doesn't. Am I a hero for that? No. Uh, but I would do it again. I would do it again. I would have just went back in time and struck first. Would have went back in time and struck first. I don't think I don't think that I could have had a worse opportune moment to make a comment like that though. Like if in all honesty, if I am judging it from from an outside perspective, like yeah, that was the worst timing, bro. The worst timing. But no regrets. I mean, it is what it is. I still don't understand how you put a child in that sentence. Like that's on you though. Like I don't care. I don't care what you say to me specifically, right? If you say it about me, I am not then looking at anybody else that I have love for, admiration for, or that I've helped create. I don't look at anyone and go, "Wow, they were really talking about them. They just threw the shot at me instead." That's I don't know. It's a mindset that I don't comprehend. That doesn't compute for me. That it doesn't, you know? It's my vape emporium, by the way. I know Tiffany is really worried about that. I don't know if she's trying to save me or not, but I don't know. I think that we're all going to disagree. We're all going to still talk shit about each other. Perfectly fine, perfectly acceptable. But I still, for the life of me, don't understand how you can call somebody a retard and then you go, "I've got a retarded son, so you had to have been talking about him." Like that type of shit's so weird, so weird. It puts some perspective on things though. Like that's how you really feel about your kids. In my honest opinion, I mean, that thought was in your mind and a comment woke that thought up and then you put that on your kids. Like I don't know. I think that it's weird to use your children as shields, but and then like Joe Campbell and Lana like putting a target on them like, "Yep, CSAM was created of our child." Like who wants to be a victim of that? Who begs the internet to be a victim of that? That is weird behavior. I don't think that I can understand or comprehend that. That's a different one. I can't get in that mindset. I can't. It doesn't matter what you say to me. I'm not looking at my children and going, "Yep, that was aimed at them." Unless it actually is. If it's a target, it's a target, but still is weird behavior. I don't think that I can get behind that. But we can all vehemently disagree and eventually move past it. That is the moral of the story. It's a forgive and forget attitude around here. We can forgive and we can forget and we can move past it, right? Right? Maybe? I don't know. I think everything that Joe does recently is weird. It's awkward, you know. That's my honest opinion. Joe is gonna Joe though, right? He's gonna Joe. So nobody's shocked or surprised that he says the thing that he does. Him doing the duet chain for the "I've never talked shit about a child" thing. That was wild. That was wild. That was crazy. I don't know. He's bold-faced lying to some people, and they are buying it. He's a good manipulator, you know? Show of hands, though. Show of hands if you're willing to participate. Show of hands. How many times Joe has texted you and told you that Lana needs a new pump, water pump, fuel pump, whatever, for the van, and then asked you for money? A show of hands for how many people have done that. How many people have put a water pump on that van? So when they say that they're buying a brand new car, like, I mean, it's about fucking time, dog. If the water pump goes out that much, I don't know. I probably would have sold that thing a long time ago. So you need something a little bit more secure, a little bit more safe to drive, you know, especially if you're going to have kids in the car. Especially if you're going to have kids. You need to get some decent wheels, you know. Mine broke down. I think I finally fixed it today, though. I finally fixed it. I don't know. I also need to talk to a lawyer and see if I've got like a lemon. See if I've got like some sort of, if it's a lemon law violation or something. I don't know those laws. But I think I bought a lemon. I probably should have realized that before I ever bought a fucking Chevrolet. You know what I mean? Should have. Hindsight is 2020. You know, when you're looking at things from a distance or you're going through it in the moment, you're like, wow, I should have looked at this. But realistically, you didn't. I didn't know. I didn't think that this was going to be an issue or a problem. It's a 5-year-old car. And I only bought it for work. I needed the SUV for work, so it was practical, good on gas. That's why I bought it. It's right in my price range. You know, I can still choke a bitch with a 650 credit score. You know what I mean? Bankruptcy will fuck your credit up, bro. It will. I don't recommend it, but it is what it is. You live and you learn, you know? Yeah. Yeah. And then he goes and proves it. You know what I mean? So the accusation came out that he was sharing pictures of his wife with his friends, and then he posts them publicly online to show you how much that he doesn't care and to prove that he did it. So, yeah. It's his unicorn. It's his unicorn. It's his unicorn. Some people are lobsters. Some people are unicorns. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Yeah. I don't know anything about the Nissan Frontiers, but maybe I should drag them online. Maybe they'll do something about it. Every bum on TikTok? That's a lot of bums. You know what I mean? That's a lot of bums. But I mean, to each their own. You know what I mean? Who's my unicorn? I know what you're saying, but then also at the same time, like, who cares? Who the fuck cares? You guys are wild with that. You are wild with that. You do realize that we didn't come to each other as virgins. She has a child. I have children. Like, we fucked people before we met and then fucked each other. That's wild. I'd have no idea. Like, I don't know. I guess it's to each their own, you know. Like, to each your own. Like, if you're proud of it and it is a trophy in that sense, I mean, show it off, I guess. You know, show it off. Now you don't have to show it off though, because you showed it to the internet. So when people mock it and make fun of it, like, you can't cry revenge corn. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's weird stuff, but I mean, to each your own. It's not me. It's not for me, but yeah, hell yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just weird for you to go sending pictures like that to your friends. I'm not going to change that opinion. $20 dudes? The problem is coming from inside the house. Hashtag justice for Kyle. Justice for Kyle. Nobody truthfully knows who this is, by the way, because I probably blocked them on like one of their other accounts, so they had to make a new one. Some people, when they lose access to you, they are weirded out by that. Then they just have to know. They just have to know. All hell did break loose. All hell did break loose. Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. The only thing that I know for sure is people are talking about Cat a hell of a lot more than they're advocating for their children. So that's weird. That's weird. Like, where did it stop mattering, I guess, because Cat didn't share your opinion? That's a wild take. That is a wild take. I think it could have been much worse. Could have been so much worse. But we can vehemently disagree and eventually move past it. These are words to live by. You know what I mean? Now. That's a fucking lie. You guys care more about Cat's opinions than you care about anything else, realistically. Is this has got to be Jackie. If I had to guess. Like, if I had to guess. I wouldn't put money on it, but if I had to guess. If I had to guess, it was definitely her. I don't know. I don't know when anybody can expect a call from the FBI, but here's one thing that I absolutely know for a fact is that nobody is going down for laughing in the comments. Also, at the same time, all of those people were telling me just weeks ago or a month ago or 2 months ago that when you laugh in the comments, you don't necessarily condone it and you're not necessarily guilty of anything. But now all of a sudden, you are. You are. You know what I mean? Just strange behavior. Yeah, stop avoiding service. House is condemned. I don't know. They were right on the Dakota account. You know that life is hitting people hard, especially if their house is condemned and shit. I don't know who they are, and it doesn't matter. But they just say that we're the ones that are moving the goalposts. Nobody's moving the goalposts. You guys got offended by a karma comment, and then you started talking about kids. So that's something you guys got to live with. That's something you guys got to figure out realistically. When somebody attacks you personally, stop putting your kids in the fucking crosshairs of that dog. That's just weird. I thought we don't talk about kids. I thought we didn't talk about kids. Weird. I think the couch will get pretty empty for a little while. You know what I mean? Don't know. It could be. I thought it was Jackie. Like it very well could be. She likes to make different types of troll accounts all over the place, but it also doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't particularly love homeschool at all, but I think it's got its place. I think it's got its place, but I think it depends. Some people do overutilize it, but I think I have blocked Army Sam. I'm not really sure. Or banned them. I don't know. And I don't know how it works on StreamYard, so who knows? They might still be able to come in. Doesn't matter. It's already struck a nerve. Still after all this time. Aaron D just receiving karma. She says she doesn't use troll accounts. I kind of doubt that she would lie about that. Why would you lie about that? It's always been a false narrative, too. It's been a false narrative since day one. Now, Meg, even you are going to still be talking about this in 2030. There's going to be plenty of videos made with words on the screen. Stop pretending. Right now. You did make them very mad today. You condone it. Which is wild too. Like who cares what Charles thinks? Who cares what Liz thinks? Why do you guys put so much fucking power into people? Realistically, it makes no sense to me. I'm not tempting you. I just know that that's the case, dog. You always try to leave drama and then you can't. You've tried. You've tried. You even went to the closet for a little while and everything. You've tried. I don't think any of us can leave it realistically. None of us are going to stop talking about each other. We're all in the same fucking room forever, and that's just how we're going to be. I think they are in love with us. They absolutely are. Did you make another account and come back, or? Oh my god. I banned Liz. I banned Liz. Quick, how do I bring her back? How do I undo that? I don't know how to undo it yet. I don't know how to undo it. I've always wanted to block her, though. So there's that. How do you unban people, bro? She will just have to forgive me, you know what I mean? She'll just have to forgive me. She'll just have to forgive me. Du-du-du-du-du-du. She's got to come in on a troll account. Text with the quickness. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Dun, dun, dun. Spending too much time on this. Ooh. Well, I mean, I'm spending too much time on it, but I found a setting that I want to remember. That's good for that. I'll spend 10 years trying to figure out how to get her back. She's so mad at me. Go to YouTube Studio in the left menu. Click Community. Go to the Hidden User section. Do I even know where that's at? They threw a wrench in my pants. Honestly, I think that's kind of funny. Wait a minute, bro. There is no hidden users. Or I'm just looking in the wrong place. It's not in community, dog. It's not in community. Thumper was busy in the comments, though, on my videos or something like that. I just saw that. That's strange. Nobody was mocking a 5-year-old child, specifically at the beginning. So just fucking relax. Also, nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. I mean, you guys don't care to do it, so why do you care when other people do it? Why do you care when other people do it? Makes no difference. At that point, it's just tit for tat, right? You're okay with doing it. I'm okay with doing it. We're the same person. We are the same person. Content analytics community. Charles, my problem was because Karen doxed my minor kids and handicapped brother, all because 8 said leave the 5-year-old alone. When? When did that happen? I don't think that it did, but that's just my opinion. But that's what Thumper said. P.S. Charles, my problem was because Karen doxed my minor kids. When? Key. Let me see. Turn the volume. Mute. Manage. I think I'm going to add ads and start getting paid for this. That's what I want. That's what I want to do. I think that's what I'll do. Let's see. I think I fixed it. I think I fixed it. I think I was able to fix it. I think I was able to fix it. Try your other account. Are we seeing like the real lists and then like the evil lists, and then now we got to pick and choose which one it is? God. There you go. It worked. I think I fixed it. Right? Is that her real account, or is this another? I even made her a mod. So maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Sorry, bro. Are we looking at the evil lists and the real lists? And like, I've seen that in comic books somewhere. Yeah, I made her a mod to like make up for it. You know, maybe she'll forgive me. Yeah, I am a mashed potato. I can't help it. I also got sidetracked. I don't even know where I'm at anymore. You know what I mean? But the one thing I do know for sure, Liz, is we can vehemently disagree and eventually we can move past it. Am I right, my dog? Am I right? I think we can. I think we can get through this onto the other side. And yeah, it's too late. It's too late. I already gave her that power. I fucked up. I thought that I was banning or blocking somebody else, and I screwed it all up. I accidentally ended up banning Liz, and it took me 6 hours to find out how to get her back. But we did, you know. So now the show can carry on. Now the real part of the show happens. You know what I mean? The ending. Yeah, you do have that power now. I think you can block comments or users, put them in timeout or whatever. Nobody really uses it, but no, it's not the ending. It's not the ending. I've tried to end the era so many times, you know. I tried, but then I couldn't, you know. I just kept pulling me right back in. They kept pulling me right back in. It's all performative, though, you know. I lie to people on the TikTok, and they believe it. So, GWC's Vape Emporium, welcome. Just signed up for a cruise, and I used Evolution travel service. You know, they get bad reviews, but you know, get bad reviews, but They offer fair prices, so I highly recommend them. They don't really affect me. It's too easy to block them, you know, unless I end up blocking one of you guys, and then there's that. But like, if you don't want to be here, don't be here. You know what I mean? They used like a fucking troll bot last time, though. I think it was the last time, or it was like the time before that. Motherfuckers, that was a lot of comments. They were spamming the shit out of me. I wasn't prepared or ready for that. It's not the same as the Darwin genetics, but you know, truthfully, I think that they're a shit company, but like I said, they offer pretty good. They offer pretty good rates. The agent that I used was Titsworth, so. My God, there's too many lists in here. That's got to be Jackie, right? She's really quick with the making the accounts like that. That's true. That's true. They can talk about everything that they want to. They will never be able to recover from the fact that this is a true statement. Lizzie definitely did that. And they make excuses for it. They apologize for pedophiles all the time. They surround themselves with fucking pedophiles all the time. They wanted to fuck Brian Carlson, who is in fact a fucking pedophile. So they defended Christina, who turns out to be a fucking pedophile. So I don't know what they're talking about anymore. I can't keep up. They've been running their own social experiment for years. Let's see how many pedophiles we can support. That's them. Definitely them. They could do anything with their Wednesday nights. I'm just the most entertaining thing on TV. So it's always going to be a thing. It's always going to be a thing. And realistically, I mean, you can vehemently disagree and move past it. You know what I mean? The other one, I should upload the other one. Give me a second. Give me a second. I got to do this in real time, I guess. I got to do it in real time. Got to do it in real time. I don't have the video, but just a screenshot. Video's not important. Trust me, guys, we are always prepared here. Always prepared. We always have everything done all in advance, like weeks and weeks and weeks in advance. We plan all this out. I'm actually not even speaking my own mind. Liz fills out the teleprompter, and then I just say what she wants me to say. I love doing that, though. That, to me, it cuts out all the work. Cuts out all the work. You know? Cuts out all the work, and I love that. That is my teammate right there. Did it work? It looks like it did. Scanning for viruses. I could do all the scanning for viruses I want, but I've got the best of them all. HIV. HIV is a killer, dog. Just take a pill for it now, though, and it goes away. Allow me to show you an excellent example of why trying to hold someone accountable for their behavior or words someone else is a bad idea. This one cracked me the fuck up whenever I saw it. Because that's legitimately like how you've made your living on TikTok. Realistically, you always hold people accountable for someone else's actions, you know? But the statement still stands, you know? You can't hold me accountable for what my other personality said in a comment section, you know? You can't do that. You just can't do that. Can't do that. Where did my titties hat go, by the way? I think I've lost it. Got to get a new one. Got to get a new one. I missed that hat. That's a good hat. That was a good hat. But it is a bad idea to try to hold somebody accountable for their behavior or whatever. But when you're supporting their behavior, that's a difference. And that, I guess, realistically is what the argument that a lot of people are making is, right? Laughing in the comments is condoning it. Commenting in the comment sections and condoning it. Although 2 months ago or a month ago, that's not you condoning it. I don't know. I don't know. Strange. I don't make the rules, and I think like the rules and the goalposts continuously get moved as we go along. And I mean, I don't know, rules for thee, I guess. I guess that's the excuse. That's the example that you can give. Like whenever you're talking about CSAM or anything like that, right? And you give excuses for a man that gets online on a live and calls a woman's rapist or threatens to. He said that he didn't do it, so I believe him. It's John, obviously. He wouldn't lie about something like that, but he threatened to, right? He's talking about that. You gave excuses for a man that done that, those actions. That rape happened when she was 12. So if we can give excuses for someone like that, am I really going to look to you to be the judge of character and go, yeah, you know, but I mean, he was making everybody laugh with his content against Craig. So I guess he does get a free pass. He gets a free pass, you know, because he wasn't talking about the kids that you like. So, you know, I don't know. It to me, it's selective outrage for sure, and it's no longer about protecting kids. That is the funniest shit I've ever seen because nobody's making content about that anymore. They're just making content about the people that has no bearing on the situation. You know? Yeah, that's true advocacy. True advocacy is giving excuses for a man that would call a woman's rapist and give the rapist the location of this woman when the rape happened at 12. That is true advocacy. That's advocacy at its finest. But Cat's still the bad guy. Cat is still the bad guy. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, I don't know. Do they still like each other? They have to like each other, right? No, she blocked him in October of last year. Well after she knew all those facts about him. That's right. I forget that part. John is misunderstood, though. I think John probably gets the most hate for just being so misunderstood, you know? It's a carbon copy of Sam's brother. So nothing else to add on that. I just find it weird, you know. Exactly. I don't know. It gives everybody a free pass. When you go through a tragedy, it gives you a free pass to just say and do whatever you want. Like I don't make the rules, Susie does. Kat, you are definitely the problem. You are absolutely the problem. You You could have just unfollowed me and been their friends, and I don't think that any of this would have happened or got as far as it did. They would have still been staying on topic, and you fucked that up. You fucked that up. You fucked that up. It absolutely is a hive mind. Like I was saying, like with the comment, with just the comment, Aaron D receiving karma, right? I understand. So she's going through a legit tragedy. You put an emotional, context there to what somebody says because she's already going through the tragedy. You already get that. So obviously, people lead with their emotions, and then it's like, okay, what is best? What is best is calling somebody like Charles out instantly because how fucking dare he mock a sick child whose mother is going through the worst moment of her life. Okay, sorry, dog. Sorry. You got to stop calling me boss. People are going to really think that there's a group chat or a Discord. I got yelled at a bunch by Cat. I realistically was like, holy fuck, maybe I am the problem. And then I realized that I'm not the problem, but she made me think that there for quite the longest time. Like I got ears full. And then I sat there silent because I didn't know what else to say. Whatever. Tammy Sullivan cracks me the fuck up, dog. She cracks me the fuck up. She fought the hardest for Brian Carlson. Fought the fucking hardest for Brian Carlson. Because, she's a men's advocate, right? Brian Carlson was obviously a victim. He never did anything wrong. He was TikTok's bad boy. Charles was TikTok's bladder boy. Blatter. Doesn't even know how to spell bladder. But still, I mean, she gave plenty of excuses. A lot of excuses for that behavior, for that man. So is that the person that I'm going to take advice from on how to judge people's character? No. We're not. Well, I mean, we are, but we're not, right? It's just Tammy Sullivan is making videos. And the only thing that I truly remember about Tammy is how hard she rode for Brian Carlson. That's why it's a talking point. That's why it's still there. No, I do not want to see. I do not want to see that. I don't want to see that. She does have a logo in all of her videos, so obviously she is who we should be listening to. She is who we should be listening to and getting all of our information from, Also, realistically, like, I think what I am speaking about Brian Carlson now for real. I'm happy for like the people that was victimized for Brian for finally getting some sort of reprieve, some sort of justice. I don't think that it's enough. Like the man should be beat to death in Times Square, but that I am happy about. That I am happy about. I don't think that they stretch far enough for some of the things that they say. They really don't. Okay. But who had a logo first? Somebody should make good on those threats. Somebody should. But ultimately, yeah, like that I'm happy about and proud to say that those people that were victimized by him are getting some sort of reprieve, some sort of justice. That I am happy about. I think they absolutely deserve that. And ultimately, though, that's legitimately why the Mean Girls were so fucking mad at me in the first place. Same reason that they're mad at Kat right now. It's Brian Carlson and Christina 2.0, dog. Sorry that you're going through it, Kat. I was literally just there. I was literally just there. Like, so I get it. I get it. They're always just so mad. They're always so mad if you don't listen to them. You don't side with them. You don't. If you don't do exactly what they say, they're like, "Oh, fuck your kids." Blah 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 blah. That's them. That's them. That's who they are. That's who they are. It's patterns of behavior. But I mean, to be fair, we have all been a part of it, have seen Leah's growth. Like Leah has atoned for a lot of her wrongdoings and past wrongs. And she has grown. She has come a long way, and for that, I'm super proud of her. Super proud of her. Like she's making a name for herself, and she's doing the Lord's work or Ames's work. I'm not really sure anymore. Like I don't really know, but I do believe it might be the Lord's work. I know, Kat, but like if they believe that you're a victim of it, and I'm telling them that you're a victim of it, and we're not actually like in private chats laughing at what's happening, never mind. It's not going to compute. I can't take advice on how people feel about literally anything when for what was it, an hour and 15 minutes they had questions about my childhood sexual assault on a podcast. I can't take advice from people like that. I can't take criticism from it, Like that one saying, what's that one quote or whatever, like you can't take criticism from somebody you would never ask for advice. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I just truthfully, I don't care. I don't care what they think. Yeah. So she would know from example because she did it for fucking years. So if she's noticing that what you're doing is silencing victims, she has been an advocate for silencing victims for years. So I don't know. She's the queen of it, I guess. Like she wears the crown. Yeah. Again, I can't take advice from somebody like that. I truly think she's hiding something. Like I think she's probably fucked some children. If I'm being honest, I think Tammy Sullivan has definitely done that. She's had to have, hypothetically speaking, of course, she's had to have done something like that. In some way, shape, or form. Some way, shape, or form. Or dogs. It's been something. Speaking of which, did you guys see Jackie's video? She was talking about killing somebody or having somebody killed and then burying them and then putting protected plant species on top because they can't be dug up. That's wild. That's wild. That is smart. Like I would have never thought of that. I would have never thought of that. Like most people have the thought process like you'll feed them to the pigs, because they digest bones or whatever. I don't even know what pigs do, but I would have never thought of that. Would have never thought of that. Is she driving? Like I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if that's a good idea at all. Most people? Yeah, obviously that's sarcasm. It's a joke. But like I think if you were if you were to have a conversation with anybody, they'd be like, how would you dispose of or get rid of a body? Most people would be like, feed them to pigs. Wouldn't that be like the common like statement that comes out of somebody's mouth? Not what I'll do is I'll bury them however deep and then put a protected plant species on top so that nobody can dig them up because it's illegal. That's out of the box thinking, you know what I mean? That's out of the box thinking. Out of the box thinking. That's different. It's different. It's different. Yeah. Well, I mean, if she keeps firing all of her aides, I don't really think that they're ever going to be able to come to a conclusion what she's going through. She's also probably faking. She's also probably faking so that she can get like government assistance. It is out of the box thinking. I don't know. Maybe she saw it somewhere or she read it in a book or something. Not really sure. Cat did what? What are we accusing Cat of? She probably did it. She probably did it. That's the cat lady. You know what I mean? She used to run for president. I don't know if she's still doing that. I don't know. I'd vote for her. I'd vote for her. But I would also vote for myself, and none of my friends voted for me when I ran. So there's that. There's that. Wait, whose legs don't work? Got to start a GoFundMe for a wheelchair, like a motorized one, like what was one of those, a jazzy chair? What was that from back in the day? Those old commercials. Was it the jazzy chair? Jazzy chair? I don't remember. Yeah, sure, sure. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. You are getting broken. You're getting broken. Gonna bring those AI generated photos to life. You know what I mean? That was so funny too. It has been a pretty funny couple of weeks watching some of the content. Wait, you can't walk anymore? Like legit? I'm sorry, Cap. I'm sorry. We're gonna get you a jazzy chair. We're gonna get you a jazzy chair. Gonna crowd fund for one of those, or one of those cooler carts, those cooler carts that you've seen on TikTok. Everybody's seen them. Everybody's seen them. Stop pretending like you haven't. I mean, after all the other events, like it did not shock me. It did not. Jackie got offended that she wasn't allowed in a group chat because I said fuck no. So she got mad at everyone else when it was my choice, my decision. She got mad because I didn't trust her with some of the information. So I kept her out of it. But now everybody else is getting the blame and everybody else is the bad guy and yada 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 yada. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to see a video proof. I think we're gonna have to see video proof, or it didn't happen. You know what I mean? I think she picks and chooses when it happens. I personally think that it's fake. I think that it's fake. I think that it's one of those situations where, yeah, I done something really, really bad. Now, what can I blame it on? You know, like when murderers kill a bunch of people and they're like, not guilty by reason of insanity. I think that that's what's going on. It's got to be what it is. It's got to be what it is. Oh no. I think the strangest part about her is instantly, instantly, as soon as she's no longer your friends, she goes digging. She goes digging. She starts talking to all your family on Facebook, George Pepper, all that kind of stuff. Like she knows. And I think she's a sick person, but I don't think that she's telling the truth. I think she's got an Apple Watch that dings every now and then, and she's like, "Oh shit, now I got to be Stephen Catacomb or whatever." Yeah, real sick, twisted, manipulative people can to get whatever diagnoses that they want. You know, there is literally people out there that can con doctors into removing parts of their body. So, just saying. I'm just saying. Stephen Catacombs. You like that? I did too. I do too. I do too. I think she manipulated the situation, which is okay. I mean, she's probably a person, probably still. I mean, she is mentally fucked up, but for a lot of different reasons. And I truthfully hope that she finds the help that she needs and gets all the help that she needs. Her weight loss journey, though, I am proud of her. She's done a tremendous job with that, and whatever makes her happy is what she needs to go for. I don't think that I don't think that friends are making her happy. You know what I mean? Because the more that she puts into other people, the more she gets disappointed, and then when she gets disappointed, she doxes your whole life. You know. You would kind of figure that like somebody that gets into a healthy diet regimen would actually be happy, but clearly I don't think that she is. Something has bothered her, something has made her, you know, act the way that she is, and that's fine. I mean, I don't realistically so here's the problem with like her and somebody like Joe Campbell, right? People have been calling them pedophiles for fucking years, years. And I don't need I don't need friends that bad. I do not need friends that bad to be like, yeah, these are the guys that I want to sit with now. These are the guys that I want to sit with. You it doesn't matter who you're sitting with, I guess, realistically. Like you're an adult, do you be you, but I just don't personally need friends that bad. I really don't. I really don't. It's kind of a one-strike policy over here. There's some people that I've given multiple chances to, because I truthfully think that, you know, deep down they probably are good people, but truthfully I think that they are deep down good people. But some people, nah, no. But I do think people can change. People can change. I would agree with that. We're seeing it, like in real time. People change. People in real time, they change all the time. You know what I mean? They vehemently disagree and move past it eventually. You know what I mean? So I think people can change. Of course they can. But I don't know. Some people can do you so fucking dirty that I just don't understand why you would give those people a chance. I don't know. There's been people in my fucking family that's done me dirty and I've cut off and never talked to ever again. Vehemently. Vehicle. Vehically. Jazzy chair. All right, ladies and gents, we're going to cut it there. Enjoy spending time with you guys literally every week. I live for this. This is my favorite. It's my favorite thing to do on my Wednesdays, just like it's everyone's favorite thing to do on their Wednesday. So until we meet again, catch me on TikTok. You guys know what I'm about. I'm going to offend somebody. I'm going to start a brand new social experiment. It's already actually in the works. So wait for the part 2 series of the docu-series that we're inventing. The GWC effect. It was all a dream.
I'm fucking sorry. Was this not your fucking expectation? Were you looking for a little less imagination? In case you didn't fucking notice, I don't give a shit. Bill, I don't like your style. Get over it. You got fucking issues? I can't fucking solve them. Here's a fucking tissue. Now it's not my fucking problem.